Hey there! I'm going to tell you a little bit about what an ASD is. An ASD stands for Atrial Septal Defect. But what does that mean? Okay, let's review a little bit about the heart. Now we're going to pretend that this weird shape over here is your heart. Now your heart doesn't actually look like this, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to pretend that it does. The heart is made up of 4 chambers. These top 2 chambers are called the atria. These bottom 2 chambers are called the ventricles. To review in detail, be sure to check out the How the Heart Works video, linked here. Let's get back to the ASD now. Like I said before, ASD stands for Atrial Septal Defect. If you look at the first word, atrial, it looks very similar to the name of the top 2 chambers, atria. The second word, septal, meaning wall, refers to the wall in between the 2 atria. And the word defect is referring to a hole or part of the wall that is missing. So an atrial septal defect is when there is a hole in the wall between your atria. An ASD is something that has actually been there since the day you were born. Sometimes the hole is so little that it'll close up all by itself. Other times, the cardiologist might decide that something needs to be done to close the hole. If they decide it needs to be closed, that typically means that the hole could be causing some problems for your heart. Normally, the blood that flows through your heart follows a very particular pathway. It flows through the right side of your heart, out to your lungs, back into the left side of your heart, and then out to the rest of your body. If there is a hole in between your right atria and your left atria, the blood can flow from the left atrium into the right side of your heart. If the hole is large enough, it can cause too much blood to flow into the right side of your heart. If you have too much extra blood flowing to the right side of your heart, more blood than usual will flow into your lungs as well. This can overflow your lungs and overwork your heart. Sometimes, as a result, you may have a hard time breathing normally. These problems don't always happen, but sometimes the cardiologist will make sure to avoid them by keeping an eye on the ASD over time. If the hole does seem like it may cause problems, we might have to close it up. They do this by taking a little device and sticking it right in between the hole. That way, blood can't flow through that extra pathway anymore. If you want to see how an ASD can be closed with this little device, check out the video below, Cardiac Caths. But for now, here is a quick recap. An ASD, or atrial septal defect, is a hole in between the top 2 chambers of your heart. Sometimes the hole closes up on its own, or is okay just left alone. But sometimes we need to close it up with a little device so that it doesn't bother you. Either way, we, your parents, your doctors, and yourself will make sure that you are as strong and healthy as you can be. Now that you know what's up also, you can make sure that you feel nice and strong as well.